Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Wauro. It's story time. Our Little Red Riding Hood story. This is my prop. She is Little Red Riding Hood, and she is the main character of the story. And then I have my big wolf hands to help me read the story to you. Okay, here we are, Little Red Riding Hood. I thought I'd go for a visit with grandmother today, said Little Red Riding Hood. That's a good idea, replied her mother. Why don't you take her a basket of treats? She's been sick and they will cheer her up. Be careful walking through the wood. There may be wolves. So look inside the baked goods inside the peekaboo basket. Little Red Riding Hood loaded the basket with lots of lovely things. I'll put some apples in as well, she thought, and picked some shiny red ones from the tree, but she did not realize that a hungry wolf was watching everything she did. The wolf jumped out in front of Little Red Riding Hood as she skipped through the forest. Don't come near me, she warned him, or I'll shout for Will the Woodman. I only wondered where you were going, answered the wolf. To see my grandmother, Little Red Riding Hood explained. And no, you can't come as well. Off you go. Well, the wolf slunk back into the bushes. Little Red Riding Hood went on her way, but in the middle of the wood she stopped to make a daisy chain for her grandmother. The wolf, meantime, ran ahead of grandmother's house and climbed in through an open window. But someone was watching. Uh-oh, wonder who that could be. Ooh. Please don't eat me, begged grandmother. Oh, I'm only skin and bone, not a nice meal at all. Don't worry, snarled the wolf. I'm after fresher meat. He tied poor grandmother up and shut her in the big cupboard. There she was. As soon as he had shut grandmother away, the wolf went to her wardrobe. He took out a big night dress, pajamas, and put it on, and then he put on her best nightcap and her glasses and jumped into the bed. Uh-oh. Soon Little Red Riding Hood arrived at the house and knocked on the door, and the wolf called out in a gruff voice, Who is it? It's Little Red Riding Hood. Can I come in? Oh. You sound very hoarse, grandmother. How kind of you, said the wolf. Please come in and we'll have something to eat. Little Red Riding Hood found her grandmother tucked in bed. Oh, I'm a bit better now, said grandmother in a husky voice, but it's lovely to see you anyway. Well, you look very different, said Little Red Riding Hood, peeking and peering at her. What big eyes you've got. All the better to see you pretty-faced with, replied the grandmother. I've never thought this before, said Little Red Riding Hood, peering closer. But what big ears you've got as well. All the better to hear your sweet voice, answered grandmother. Oh my goodness. And I hope you don't mind me saying, said Little Red Riding Hood, peering very closely indeed, but what big teeth you have. All the better to eat you with, snarled the wolf as he jumped out of the bed, tore off his nightclothes, and leaped at the little girl. And oh my goodness, that's scary. But before he reached Little Red Riding Hood, Will the Woodman burst through the door. The wolf took one look at Will's axe and fainted to the ground. Where's grandmother? Said Little Red Riding Hood. And what's that banging from the cupboard? Will opened the cupboard door, and guess who was inside? Grandmother, and she rolled right out onto the floor. Little Red Riding Hood put her grandmother back to bed, and together they shared the basket of treats with Will. It's quite a party, said grandmother, and I'm feeling better already. And look who's tied up now. Teamwork makes the dream work, right? All right, see you later. Thanks for reading with Mrs. Wauro. The Little Red Riding Hood.